We have a pretty big ice thing in here, but it doesn't really do it. So it takes probably about 45 minutes to an hour to finally actually get it down to 80 degrees. After that's done, you get your 5-gallon bucket, which you'll see later in the tour. And you pour that up as high as you can into the 5-gallon bucket. This generates oxygen in your, what we call now, wort, which is beer before it's fermented. You try to pour it in there as fast as you can and fill it up. Then you top off the rest, extra 2 gallons. This is only 3, and we're making 5 gallons worth of beer here, okay? See everybody beer in the back? All right. We had another 2 gallons to get to our final 5 gallons. We mix it up a little bit. We take our initial gravity. What this is going to help us do is determine what the gravity level is, which is a very delicate balance between the amount of water and sugars in the actual wort itself. And so once you get your initial gravity, you can compare it to your final gravity to determine how much alcohol content is actually in your beer. All right. So after you get that done, you can seal up the lid. Before you seal the lid, you add your yeast. Yeast is the most important piece. It's what's actually going to create the bacteria that generates the fermentation.
Is that the same yeast as in yeast infection?
Very similar.
Okay.
So
There's
actually different types of yeast depending on what type of beer you're making. So I have 2 beers currently brewing in this brewery. One is an ale, one is a lager, and there are actually 2 different types of yeast at work here. So the lager actually yeast has to be done at a cooler temperature compared to the lager. Yes.
Could you start over? I really didn't catch the first of that.
We're post-boil right now.
Are you recording me? Are you recording me?
You're like recording. You're block talking or you're cock blocking me right now.
I will record your shit all over the place.
Folks,
Folks,
I know everybody's really interested, but can we please pay attention?
Okay.
All right. After we add the yeast, there's no stirring involved. We seal up our first container. This is called the primary fermenter. After we put it on there, we put an airlock on it, half filled with water, so no bacteria can actually get into our wort.
Samples at the end of
There's no samples. We're actually bottling tomorrow. So if you all follow me,
all right.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Good.
Let's go. Everybody, let's get out of here. Let's do this.
I'm smelling it.
Oh man.
So this is our primary fermenter at the moment right here. As you can see,
This is the best tour I've had.
Is this a milk stout?
as you can see, this is a lager, so we want to keep it in between about 48 and 56 degrees. So that's why we need to refrigerate it slightly.
Is your milk okay in there?
The milk will be fine. So we have our airlock here, which is preventing bacteria from getting into the wort. So if we could please just rotate around so everybody can see this.
Rotate.
Do you mind if I have
Rotate.
Can I have a swim fast?
Rotate it.
Do you mind? Thank you.
All right. Now if you all follow me, we'll go to our secondary fermenter.
Oh,
I haven't seen the first one.
Oh, sorry. Please.
Hold the tour. We got a calculator there.
Don't worry, the milk's okay with the beer.
That's not the sample I wanted.
So as soon as we can get everybody gathered back and into the tour.
You can't hide from the video
All right,
camera.
let's go ahead and take a look at our secondary fermenter, and I'll explain the process of going into our secondary fermenter.
Do you understand what's happening now?
Yeah, most definitely. This is awesome.
So as you can see, we keep it dark in here because the secondary fermenter is actually in a glass bottle, and light is not very good for the beer. So what's basically happened right here is
You took up a bathtub, I can see.
the wort has pretty much finished fermenting, but we've poured it into a secondary fermenter to get all this sediment that you can see kind of right on the top here, and then mostly on the bottom.
Where do the guests actually shower then?
We have another bathroom that they may use. So
No, wait. It
Yes.
doesn't have a shower though.
yes, it does.
No, wait.
Matt, quit complicating the process.
Go through the door behind you. You'll find the other bathroom with the shower.
All the exit signs on your way out.
So after it's settled, this is actually better for bottling. So when you actually start drinking your home brew, you're not gonna have all that extra junk in there that you don't want to be drinking or tasting really. So this is helping it settle. Basically, we take that primary fermenter you saw in the refrigerator. We apply this funnel with a filter in it, and then we pour the primary into the secondary. After we're done with that, and tomorrow actually, I'll be racking this by putting it on top of this counter right here.
What's the temperature have to remain in here?
Well, this is an ale, so it doesn't have to be at a cooler temperature, so it can be around 70 to 72 degrees.
So would a stout have to be cooler?
What about 77 degrees?
77 is a little bit too high on the spectrum.
That temperature?
By my central cooling and heating.
You keep your air at 70.
But this room is small enough that it actually cools a
Now,
little bit
question
easier.
for you: how much does that cost you a month in utility charges?
Well, since I've upgraded my utilities, it's actually gone down $100 a month. So I'm looking a lot better right now.
Rebuttal?
Did you get star utilities?
How much
No,
was the upgrade?
The upgrade is actually quite expensive. So tomorrow what we're going to do is rack this, which means put this in a higher levitation than what I'm actually going to be putting the beer into. So.
How high elevation are we from sea level right now?
Is it bad I went to the bathroom?
Did I go to the bathroom above sea level? Is that what I did?
So tomorrow,
Make sure we're clear.
what we're going to be doing is taking this device here
A straw.
and hooking it up,
A straw.
hooking it up to my bottler.
Is that a probe?
And then what we can do is once we put a bottle into
Is
this,
that a dauber?
it'll hit the bottom of the bottle and then fill it from the bottom up, which is actually pretty good because it additionally keeps any other additional sediment out of the bottle. So after it's in the bottle, it'll wait another 2 to 3 weeks to finalize its fermentation, and then we can chill it and drink it and enjoy the beer you're having right now.
Bottle fermented.
Exactly.
Wow.
Are there any final questions?
Final questions. Audience. Final questions.
What's your throughput?
About 10 gallons every 3 weeks.
Wow.
How much?
10 gallons.
So you're gonna be an alcoholic now?
So you'll never use
now
this
is-
bathroom again.
This bathroom has become one of the stations of my fermentation.
Process?
Huh?
Do you have enough bottles?
That's why you're all here to help me generate the bottles.
Oh, so it really wasn't a birthday party. So it was a bottle
It was a
drinking.
drummer.
It was a bottle gathering.
Bottle
expedition.
generating.
Exactly.
Bottle
Exactly.
generating adventure. Did you make any labels? I'm drinking cans.
I'm sorry?
Man. I'm a
I'm
piece of
drinking
shit.
cans.
Someone need to finish your.
You damn can lover!
Matt, there's other questions in the group.
No.
Brian,
No,
please
no.
ask your question.
Jesus, you have a question.
How many people are in that bathroom?
There's a lot of people in that bathroom.
That's
We're
what she
heating it
said.
up in here.
It's supposed to be cold.
That's what she said.
If we were to heat up the bathroom, or
I'm sorry, Brian has not been able to ask his question yet.
That's alright, no big deal. I can wait.
no, go ahead.
So the
No,
bottles
you go ahead.
with a twist up. Does those work?
It's more
Good question.
preferable.
Good question.
It's more
Good
preferable
question.
to have the bottles that don't have the twist off because it makes a tighter seal when I actually use the bottler.
What's the air temperature in here?
Right now it should be about
It's
71.5.
rising. It's definitely
And
something
if I
right
happen to
now.
hit the thermometer, I'm gonna walk in there and fart and turn it into about 89 degrees.
I hope you've all enjoyed your tour.
He just dusted us.
Let's clap it out. Let's clap it out. Come on.
Clap it.
Yay!
Yay!